Welcome back to my channel. We're finally doing another reading vlog. I'm so excited. I haven't done a reading vlog in so long. But today is the first day of the Summerland Readathon. I am in a huge reading slump, and we're gonna try and push past it because I've been in a huge reading slump for a while. And we are going to read 7 books in 7 days. At least that's the plan. I do need to film my book haul first. So I'm going to show you the books that are around me that we have to haul because I haven't done that yet. And you will not be seeing this book haul until August, so don't ask. Like, what happened to your book haul? It's coming. It's just I'm planning something big in August, so that's what's happening. I'm going to switch my SD card after I show you the books on the floor. Don't panic. There's a lot. So Bella is here with us. She's laying right there. Those are all my book haul. Okay, so I'm going to be real with you. I've tried to film this like 4 times. Not this, but my book haul. My dog won't let me. And I know that sounds funny, but he comes in here and like, first he had doggy nightmares and, you know, so I had to go make sure he was okay. Then when he woke up, he was a brat and he had something sticking out of his mouth. To be honest with you, I thought that he ate my hamster, which is funny because he's afraid of my hamster. But he had like puffy stuff, like furry stuff in his mouth. Then he tried to throw up. He couldn't throw up. And then he got super hyper and started like biting my ankles and biting my girl dog, Bella. And you know, he's just being super annoying. Now he's trying to act nice and pretend he's asleep. But I need a break from filming because I'm going to go crazy. Because that was like an hour of my life I'm not going to get back. And now I have to reshoot that video. So we're going to take a break. I'm going to pick a book on my Kindle. And I think most of the prompts for Summerland are just, well, to read the group book, which I don't have, and I'm not really interested. I was going to try to force myself to read the Nina LaCour book. Yeah, her adult debut. I forget what it's called, but it should be on the screen. I'm not interested in that book in the least, and I'm just not going to do it. I will link the creator of the Readathon down below, so go check her out. And I don't know what I'm gonna read yet, but I'm gonna go through some of my digital TBR and pick a book. So I have a really bad score on NetGalley, but I do have Dark Corners by Megan Golding, which I think comes out next month. And I just heard that's the second in the Night Swim series, which I had no idea that was going to be a series. So I think you follow Rachel, who was in the Night Swim. And I absolutely loved the Night Swim. So I am going to at least start this book. Maybe we'll sit here and finish it, but we'll see, because I've been in a reading slump, so I'm going to try. read like the first chapter of like 3 or 4 different books. And the first one was Dark Corners, which is the second book in the Night Swim series. I don't know what the name of the series is. The Rachel Kaw series. Her name is not Kaw. The Rachel series. And it was good. It was setting up the scene really nicely. I still don't know what the mystery is, but basically you follow Rachel, who's being recruited by the FBI. She was following this rape trial, and she was like a true crime podcaster and things like that. So I really enjoyed the first one. I actually read a couple of chapters in that book, and then I read the first chapter in a couple other books. And we are going to end up reading this cupcake book. It's not called the Cupcake Book. Let me see what it's called. It's called Always Room for Cupcakes by Delilah Horton. This is book... Oh, no. Always Room for Cupcakes. Delilah Horton, book 1 by Bethany Lopez. So I'm on... I just read the first chapter, and it was really funny. And I'm trying really hard not to pick books that are going to keep me in this reading slump, because I haven't read a book for 2 weeks. And that is not like me at all. Usually I'm that nerd that brings a book everywhere and has my nose inside of her book. I am trying really hard to read some of my digital TBR. This one's also only 200 pages, which might have made a difference because the other one is 400. And I'm trying to read a book every single day. I don't know if it's all going to be on my digital TBR or what, but I thought I would read some of this while I make myself some breakfast. So let me show you what my breakfast is going to be. I'm going to put some of my raspberries into my lemon pudding. It's delicious if you've never done that. I'm going to make a sausage patty on my gas stove. And I have this really delicious rosemary and olive oil bread. So I might just make it into another sandwich. That's what I did yesterday for breakfast. So I'm just going to cut this and I'm going to cook it in my pan with my sausage. And then maybe do like a sausage patty, maybe an egg. An egg sounds pretty good. So I'm going to do that while I read a little bit. It's probably going to go in fast forward for you, or I will just let you know when I get further into this book. So I read like 60 pages of Cupcake Overload, and it is just so funny. It's hilarious. I'm just loving it. I do need to do some work on my house though. Yeah, let me show you. So there's some, see all that stuff on my weight bench and in front of my weight bench? That means I cannot exercise. I mean, I can exercise, but I can't use my weight bench, and that's not allowed. So I want to get all that stuff, like all 3 of those boxes, 4 of those boxes. Okay, it looks like 2 milk crates and 2 boxes. Those need to be put away. I have stuff on my desk. You see, like, the green? Yeah. That one is mine. I need to clean that up because it has just, like, bags and it's just a mess. And my kitchen, I need to do dishes. So I think I'm going to switch to an audiobook, which I actually have Happy Place, the audiobook of Happy Place on my phone, which I just bought a copy of. So I might like read them at the same time. For right now, I'm just going to be listening to the audiobook. But I'm really excited for Happy Place by Emily Henry. It's about like this couple who broke up 4 or 5 months ago, but they haven't told their friend group because they don't want to hurt their feelings, which like I get. But I guess that they do this yearly summer vacation together on the lake or whatever. And so they're going as a couple and they're sharing a room, and I'm pretty sure that they're going to fall back in love. And I love the already established couples trope, if you didn't know. Alright, so it's been a little bit. I cleaned my kitchen. I'll show you here in a few minutes. And I started that stuff. So the milk crates are gone. I still have a box and stuff on the floor, but I'll easily get that done. I have read the first 70 pages of Happy Place by Emily Henry, and I really wish I didn't wait so long to read this or listen to it, because I've owned it for a few days and I've had a digital like audiobook of it for a little while, but I've been in this slump, so I was just like, I'm not gonna read it yet. You see Jelly Bean? And Bella's under here. But I'm not going to read it because I'm in a slump and I just don't feel like reading a book. Man, if I would have picked Happy Place up, I'm 90% certain that I would not be on the tail end of a 2-week-long reading slump where I haven't picked anything up. So I was going to only read books off of my Kindle, but clearly that didn't happen because I'm listening to this on audiobook. The audiobook's really good. I do want to read some of it physically, but I have to finish the projects I have going on. I just wanted to pop in here and say how cute this is. Like, my heart can't handle this. So you follow Harriet and Wynn, who have been together for like 10 years, and they broke up like 5 months ago, but they haven't told their friends yet. And now they're both at this vacation, because they do this yearly vacation together. And they're at this vacation, and their friends are like, it's kind of a sad vacation because their beach house, the lake house that they go to every year, is being sold, and things are starting to change for them. And Harriet was going to tell her friends what happened, but because they got all this other news about the house and about two of their friends, Harriet and Wynn decide to pretend that they're still in a relationship together, and they're just going over the rules and everything like that. And the friendship group, like as a whole, the friendship group is so sweet. And they were just talking about like how Wynn and Harriet are such an inspirational couple. Obviously, they don't know what's going on with them, but there's some flashbacks, and then there's today, and then flashbacks and today, and I don't mind that in stories. It really works in Happy Place, but it's really got my heartstrings going because, like, I don't talk about it a lot, but here we go. Before my husband and I got married, we were together for 7 years. Around the 5-year mark, it was like all we did was fight. I really did not see a future with this man. And I just, like, we couldn't agree on anything. Like, if I went outside and said the sky was blue, he would argue and tell me it was gray, just to have something to argue with. But in his defense, I would have probably done the same to him. So I can't just blame him, but sometimes it's easier just to blame him. I'm getting completely off topic. But, like, I feel that heartness, like, it just hurts my heart because I've been in that part of my relationship where I really did not ever think we would be this many years in and married and buying a house together, and like I really thought it was over because, like, he sent me home to Vancouver and I was like living on my mom's couch and crying myself to sleep, and just like I was very depressed. It was bad. But eventually we got through it, and I'm not saying it's easy. It's really hard. It's a lot of work. That's why I say on my channel, like a broken record, that marriage is not easy. I thought it was just gonna be rainbows, and I do big kiss and forever, ever, ever. But it's hard sometimes, and it's just bringing me back to that not such happy place in my time. Not such happy place. See what I did there? In my life, but it was hard. So I'm very much enjoying this. A book that can make me feel things is like my favorite type of book. I'm hoping that there's a like happily ever after, and I really love fake dating, and this is an interesting spin on the fake dating trope that I've never seen done before. So I will probably just go and fast forward and get some music on here, and we'll finish that. I'm gonna take the milk crates behind you back out to my shed You know what? Maybe I'll finish this first and then I'll take that stuff outside later. But I'm very much enjoying this. I think my reading slump might be over. It's just like broken me, and it's just I don't know. I can't. So I'm like 155 pages in, and this book is beautiful and perfect, and I wouldn't be surprised if this makes it on my best books of the year. Maybe the best book that I've read in 2023. I know it's only August. No, it's only June. You're not see, or July when you see this. My heart, though. Okay, so I know I've already pitched this book to you, but it's like some chapters are today, what's going on, and like, you know that Harriet and Wynn's relationship is not going well, that they're just faking it, they're pretending to be happy for their friends, but they aren't together, and they haven't been together for 5 months. And then you get these chapters that she names My Happy Place, or Happy Place, you know, because of the title. And those are the chapters from the past. And we just got to this, like, vital moment in their relationship when they first started dating. And it was so beautiful and so perfect. But then you already have this prior knowledge that they're not together anymore. And it's like, why? You guys are so good together, and I don't know why I'm crying. Oh my gosh. I have to finish this book today. I'm like halfway. I feel like I can't think. I just cry for this book. I think it's because I can relate so much to Harriet and Wynn and their relationship, and it's just so cozy and so perfect, and I don't know why it all went wrong, and I think that's what's bothering me right now. I was a crying mess, so I thought I would update you real quick. I did read quite a big chunk of this, so I am going to go back to my audiobook and clean some more. I actually finished Happy Place by Emily Henry yesterday. I finished it last night right before I went to bed. I loved this book. Oh my gosh. I'm still such a crybaby. Last night I fell asleep crying because of how beautiful this book is. Like, this book made me cry so bad, but I'm just an emotional person, so I absolutely loved this emotionally charged romance. I am beginning to see a pattern with Emily Henry, though, that I'm not entirely sure about, but I don't care. This was so much fun. You follow Harriet, who is going to her yearly friendcation, like her vacation with her friends, and she is planning on telling them that her and Wynn broke up. They broke up 5 months ago, but she was gonna finally tell them that they broke up. When she gets to the cottage in Maine, she finds that Wynn is there waiting for her because her friends have a couple secrets and a couple surprises up their sleeves too. And slowly you get the chapters from the past to figure out what went wrong with Harriet and Wynn's relationship and what that brought them to where they are now. And then because their friends don't know and because they just dropped a couple bombshells on them, Wynn and Harriet decide to fake date or like fake be together. They're fake in a relationship for the week that they're on this vacation, and it was so relatable. As someone who's been in the same relationship for too long, for like 12 years. 12 years. Is it only 12 years? Yeah, 12 years. And like, it's hard work. I've said it a million times on my channel, but marriage isn't just you get up there and you say I do and then you kiss and then it's like magically happily ever after. No, it's hard freaking work, especially when you're married to someone as stubborn as my husband. Although some would say that I'm pretty stubborn too. I wouldn't be one of those people, but some might say that. So it was just so relatable to me. There was a time not too long before we got married where we went through this really rough patch where I just didn't think we were going to make it through. But here we are today, married and happy, mostly. But, I mean, we just bought a house together. But this was just so perfect. It might be my favorite book of the year so far. Yeah, I think this is my favorite book of the year. Oh, it just made me so happy and also so emotional. And I felt this one harder than I felt any other book this year so far. But I also found this stuff when I was unpacking this morning. Like I said, I'm still trying to work on getting it in here, and I got most of it unpacked, I feel like. But there's this little bookmark that says my name on it. says Alita. So there's that. Then I found these 3 books. And I knew that I had lost The Dead Romantic, so I actually posted because I lost this when I was reading it and had to switch to audio at the end. I didn't like this book. I will be unhauling it. These 2, Sign Here by Claudia Lux. Ooh. You know what? No, Sign Here by Claudia Lux I'm going to keep. I just got to find a spot for it on my shelf. I'm DNFing. I'm DNFing. The True North Brothers, or whatever the heck this series is. Which is great, because it got $5 off my TBR. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. If you heard that, I'm printing off stuff for school, and I thought someone was trying to break in. But it's just my printer. We're fine. But I'm DNFing this book. I can't do it. I don't like it. I don't want to read it. And it was good because I just took off all 5 in the True North series, whatever. they're like companion novels. They each follow a different brother, but I'm so bored. I'm so bored. And I just don't care about the romance. And like, I don't know. It was, I went back to read what it said this book was about, and it was like supposed to be a fake dating type of romance, which is one of my favorite things ever. But here's the thing. It's not really a fake dating romance because Cole takes accompanies, oh freak, what's her name? She's the boss. His boss. Harriet is Happy Place. I don't know. I was just reading it 5 seconds ago, but I'm not even gonna tell you. If I figure it out, it'll be right there. But Cole accompanies his boss to her sister's wedding as her date, but not really like your date. Just accompanies her because she, her boyfriend just dumped her right before the wedding, so she doesn't have anyone to take her to the wedding. And it's like when they go, she tells everyone, oh no, he's not really my boyfriend, he's just accompanying me because it didn't work out with whoever her boyfriend was. I don't even remember his name. And it was like one wedding that he accompanied her to. And then they like instantly fell in love. And I just don't like either of the characters. Like, I don't care about them. And for me, when I read romance, I need to care about the characters. Otherwise, like, what's the point in the romance? And we're about, like, 50% in, and they're like, I just don't care. I just don't care about them. And that just is terrible because oh my gosh, messed that up a lot. I really, really, really wanted to enjoy this book. But since I'm at the tail end of a reading club, yes, I read Happy Place in one day and really enjoyed it. It really did put me in a happy place. I don't want to continue with any books that I'm not 100% sold on. And I'm not liking these characters. I'm not caring about the romance. I just want it to be over. So you know what? For me, it is over. And that's gotta be okay. Even if it's not, like, the only thing I'm worried about is, like, am I really, if I can count it as one of my 7 books and not have to redo a whole book today? Or, like, what should I do? I'm probably still going to call this video 7 books in 7 days or whatever, because I am attempting this bookish challenge. So, I mean, I got a little bit of makeup. I don't really wear a lot of makeup though. So, I don't know. Let me know if you've read the True North Brothers trilogy by this person. Yeah. I'll update you when I'm reading again, but I just really need a break from all of it. so I brought Bella. She was having a little bit of a freak out. I think that I know she's definitely getting older. In July, she'll be 14 in July. Wow, she's old. But I think that her vision is going. Like, if you look at her eyes, you can see, well, maybe not on camera, but she has cloudiness on her eyes, you know, like the things that people get that over their eyes so they can't see. I can't think right now. But I know that she has trouble seeing because I'll like set her down or I'll let her just kind of walk around and she'll be looking for me even though I'm like right next to her. So she uses my voice to guide her a lot. I think she was a little upset because I went in my library, but then I left immediately and shut the door. And she likes the carpet in there. And she just follows me around. So I'm sorry, we have to take a small doggo break. But I'm going to try and do this with her sitting on my lap. Bella Boo. Give her some love in the comments below. This should be up in July, so it will be her birthday month. I'm not exactly sure when, her exact birthday, because her previous owners didn't tell me. But if you leave a happy birthday emoji down below, maybe some balloons or confetti, and say happy birthday Bella, then I know that she would really finished his cage, but he fell asleep in the little holding cage thing. He looks so comfortable, but I kind of want to wake him up and put him in his new clean home with his new food. So my hamster is named Simon, and Simon is the most picky hamster in the world. I kind of showed you for a second what his food looked like. He eats around the stuff that he doesn't like. So he won't eat these little well, you can't see it. There's the red flakes he doesn't like, and he doesn't like this stick thing. His favorite is the corn and the vegetables. He'll eat those, but he won't eat the other stuff. So I have to refill it and kind of mix it around so that maybe I can trick him into eating it. I am going to wake him up because I also have to clean that out. And we already brushed him and it was gross. He gets real dirty. Is that normal for hamsters? Okay, let's see. Here. Let's get you all nice. Let's get you all nice because your house is nice, so let's get you all nice. Okay? Yeah, look at Simon. Simon, oh, he's so cute. Oh. Alright, so I brought myself some crackers, some V8, but this one's strawberry banana. So it has fruits and vegetables. It's 100% juice, and I'm trying to drink and eat healthier. So that's what we're doing. This is my porch. Actually, this set, so you see that there's 2 chairs, So this is where my husband sits. This is my seat. There's a little coffee table in front. And then there's a bench seat over there. And this entire thing was our first like new home purchase. We wanted furniture for the outside of our house. Like 100 pages left of The Love Wager by Lynn Painter, and this is just so freaking cute. So if you want just a very cute rom-com, The Love Wager, I have read Mr. Wrong Number, which is the first in this series. I don't know where it is, but I have read it and I enjoyed it. It was like a brother's best friend kind of mystery texter romance. It was fun. I think I gave it 4 stars. I did enjoy it a lot. But The Love Wager is so cute. You follow Hallie, not Haley, by the way. Hallie and her best friend, Jack. Well, they become best friends, but it's kind of that situation where girl meets boy, boy meets girl. And they're not really in a place for a relationship, but they have one night together, and then they kind of become best friends. And it's so cute because Hallie at the beginning of this was talking to Jack, or near the beginning, talking to Jack, and she's like, I just want a best friend to fall in love with. And what she doesn't realize is that Jack is becoming her best friend, and like, I'm pretty sure that she loves him. And he already knows that he loves her. But now they have like this fake dating situation. So this has so many tropes thrown into it. And usually that doesn't work for me. Usually it's like, stay with your 1 or 2 tropes. Don't throw every single trope into this. But somehow it works. So far it's been kind of like Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating. by Christina Lauren, which I love that one too. This one's just a lot of fun. I did go on to some reading sprints and chat with some other booktubers and finish The Love Wager. I cried. It must be like a theme right now, because I cried with The Happy Place and I cried with The Love Wager. This book is so cute, a little smutty, and just so heartwarming. This is better than Mr. Wrong Number. With that being said, I think I gave Mr. Wrong Number 5 stars. 4 or 5, it might be a 4-star, but this is definitely a 5-star book. Oh my gosh. So you follow Hallie and Jake, who have a one-night stand, and then they both go on these dating apps, and they start messaging each other, but more as like a joke, like, oh, do you remember me from the other night? And, just making a mockery out of it. And then they kind of become best friends, and it's very slow burn. And it's just like, you can, the banter and the chemistry, and ooh, it was just, oh, this is such a perfect romance. I guess I'm just in a very romance heavy mood right now. But, anything that'll get me out of my reading slump. So, I think I'm done reading for tonight. But I don't know, because my husband is outside talking to his brother. Usually when he's on the phone with his brother, it's a long time. So I probably have like 2 more hours. So I don't know if I'm going to watch some booktube and just chill. If I'm going to film a video, because I could take advantage of this time that I have, film a video, or I could start another book. Choices, choices, choices. I really, really loved this. Oh, like more than I thought I would. I just thought it would be kind of cute. But this was so sweet. Oh, and it was just the perfect romantic comedy that just really helped me lift my spirits, and it was just so good. I'm at a loss for words, apparently. So I'll go see what I'm gonna do. I'll let you know, or I won't, and we'll talk tomorrow. Something. Alright, so our first book is The Connollys of County Down. In this moving tale, so this is a contemporary fiction. In this moving tale about forgiveness, loyalty, and love's limits, one family tries to keep it together. It says, emotional, inspirational, family drama, multiple viewpoints. Why I love it. I love books about messy family dynamics. I don't usually. I'm gonna put this on the probably not, because I don't like messy family. Well, yeah, I'm gonna put that on the maybe, but probably not. Historical fiction, The First Ladies, by M. Benedict and V. Christopher Murray. Two brilliant women, a first lady and civil rights leader, become friends and agents of progress for a changing nation. Feminist, female friendships, real-life characters, 400-plus pages. Marie Benedict and Victoria Christopher Murray have a knack for compellingly introducing readers to unsung ambitious women in history. In their new novel, which earns a worthy spot on the shelf next to The Personal Librarian, the talented pair continue to dip their magic-making pens in little-known women's history by shining a light on the extraordinary friendships between First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt, white, privileged, and a Democrat, and Mary McLeod Bethune, a black Republican who was born of formerly enslaved parents. To be honest with you, I probably won't love that book. That does sound really good, but I'm not a huge historical fiction girly. Alright. Dark Corners. This is a thriller by Megan Golding. I think that this is the second in the Night Swim series, which I did not know the Night Swim was going to become a series. From the pen that brought us the Night Swim, a new true crime inspired nail biter where anyone can be the killer. Psychological whodunit puzzle fast read. True crime podcaster Rachel, heroine of the acclaimed thriller The Night Swim, is back in action and caught in the crosshair of danger again. Author Megan Golding excels at misdirection and crafting intricate plots, but those who aren't the only tricks up her sleeve, multiple points of view, a hot FBI agent, and an in-depth take on the complicated cutthroat world of influencers. Rachel's story starts when the FBI invites her into a maximum security prison to meet with suspected serial killer Terrence Bailey. The catch: Bailey is about to be released since police can't directly link him to the murders. And the last woman to visit him, a popular social media influencer, has vanished. Even worse, Bailey now seems to be targeting Rachel. Ooh! Heck yes. I'm going to be honest with you. This might be the winner. I loved the night swim. And Megan Golding is, like, amazing. Okay, that is a contender. However, I do see that Catherine Center is also on here. I didn't really love The Bodyguard, but I know a lot of other people did. I thought it was fine, but just fine. So let's see Catherine Center's romance repeat author for the 4th time, I think is what that means. After an accident, a struggling artist realizes it's hard to face issues when you literally can't recognize faces. Okay, and then it says, happy, laugh out loud, love triangle. I'm not a fan of the love triangle. Underdog. Okay, I'm thinking that the love triangle is going to be the thing that throws me off here. Alright, some writers simply have a Midas touch. Everything they write becomes the finest of literary gold. For me, Catherine Center is one of those writers. She writes some of the most winning and emotionally nuanced rom-coms I've ever read. Hello, Stranger is no exception. This story belongs to Sadie, a struggling artist and beautiful mess of a human. I love that for her. I really love that beautiful mess of a human. When we first met, Sadie had just experienced a potential career breakthrough, qualifying as a finalist in the prestigious North American Portrait Society competition. But just as quickly as she receives this exciting news, she finds herself unexpectedly in the hospital, diagnosed with face blindness. This might present challenges in the best of circumstances, but for an artist who needs to make some masterful portraits, well, there's a whole other can of worms. As Sadie acclimates to her new, hopefully temporary condition, art isn't the only thing on her mind either. She has a rocky relationship with her family, who are less than supportive of her artistic aspirations, and slowly finds herself embroidered in a love triangle that just may force her to face her true desires. Hello, Stranger has something for everyone, including a charming dog named Peanut, and is the kind of book you will find yourself consuming in delight, rushed gulps. If you are looking for a hopeful read to put some pep in your step this summer, look no further. Swooning guaranteed. You know, that doesn't sound terrible. And I do really like the idea of face blindness, because I've never read anything that has like face blindness. Alright, let's see what the other option is. Oh! Immortal Longings by Chloe Gong, who is a repeat author for the 3rd time. Think Dark Corners is winning for me a little bit. But let's see. Immortal Longings. In this action-packed adult debut from Chloe Gong, Shakespeare's Anatomy and Cleopatra is remade into a fantasy epic. Action-packed, based on a classic, multiple viewpoints. Why I love it. Chloe Gong's adult fantasy debut grabbed me by the throat and left my mind a shambling mess. I enjoyed every moment of it. Gong's prose is a scalpel, and her plotting pounds the reader relentlessly like a sledgehammer. This story may be inspired by Shakespeare, but with dashes of dystopia, potential fatal, competitive games, and other fresh elements, it's so much more. That does sound pretty good. I'm not going to lie to you. I think what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to read, because you can actually read the first chapter or get like a little sneak peek, get an early look. So I think it's like literally the first page or whatever. and you can read it. So I'm going to read both of them and both of the first chapters of the 2 that I'm interested in. Okay, so as I suspected, I think I'm going to go with Dark Corners. Alright, I got my book of the month situation figured out. So I'm going with Dark Corners, which is the second in the Rachel Creel series, The Night Swim. This is Dark Corners. It's a different case, but it's the same true crime podcaster. And usually, like, I don't like when a journalist or a detective or something, when they investigate, I don't like following that same series. But there's something about this series that I'm okay with. And I've actually, like, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, I've read the first half of this because I got an ARC on NetGalley, and I have a tendency to read part of it and then not finish it. So if I get it and I read the whole thing or read the second half, I don't know, I might start it over because it's been a little bit, but read the whole thing, then I can go back onto NetGalley and be like, I love this book, or I didn't like this book, but I expect that I'm going to love it. I'm getting Part of Your World, mainly because I didn't know it was going to be a series. And yes, it's a companion novel series, and you don't need to own all of them, but I need it. I did really enjoy this one. It is my least favorite Abby Hemensy so far because I loved the Happily Ever After playlist, which I know is, like, I loved that trilogy. And I know that that's the unpopular opinion, is that her first series is better than Part of Your World. I have not read Yours Truly yet, but I do own it. So I thought that I would start collecting that series again. And then we have the new Riley Sager. I have no idea what this book is about, but it's Riley Sager, so it has to go on my TBR. And Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood is actually already on my TBR for July. So I just need to get it so that I can read it, because I let my friend Amanda pick whatever book she wanted, and she so kindly told me that I need to read Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. I got my headphones. I think my goal is to read all of the little romance novellas by Denise Williams. So there's The Sweetest Connection, The Love Connection, and The Mist Connection. So that'll actually add 3 books to my total, which will put me at 6 finished books, or if you're counting the DNF, which I am, it'll count as 7 books. But I still have a couple days left of this readathon. So I think I'm going to do this while I get some work done. I think we're going to start by cleaning up my library, putting my books away, just so that I can feel nice, and just, I feel better when things are not cluttered, which is so weird for me to say, because usually I refer to myself as organized chaos. But I really do feel better when everything's cleaned up, so I'm going to clean up my library. And then we will listen as I'm doing that. And I will go get my computer and start on my monthly newsletters. I think that's a good game plan for today. I also would like to do a couple more of my PDs online. I think I only have like 6 left, which is 6 hours. So I might I might wait till July. That's only a couple days away. Just take a break from it for right now, because I do have a lot of other work that needs to get done. So I'll catch up with you when this is over. It's only a 3-hour audiobook, less than 3 hours. So I don't really know what it's about, but it looks like it's a romance in an airport. So it's 3.5 hours. But I'm going to listen to it at 1.5 speed. I don't know how y'all listen to these at like 2-point speed or 3-point speed. That's just crazy. But you do. Okay, so I finished The Sweetest Connection by Denise Williams on audiobook. And I'm conflicted. I'm really conflicted because I really didn't like the first part of the story. Like the first half of the story, I was like hating it. And I'm like, I just want this to be over, to be honest with you. I did clean up my room, so no books on the floor. So that's nice. I feel better when it's clean. And I finished 1.5 of my newsletters. I need to make 10 of them. And I finished 1.5. I mean, that's okay. And then my husband came home for lunch. And he went and bought me Popeyes. We've been doing really good at eating at home and, like, eating better. So, it's okay. If you have, like, if you sprinkle in some really bad stuff for you. So, now I'm planning another video. And I'm getting the books ready, like, in that area for my next video. I do want to take a break from my computer for a little bit. And I don't really want to read an audiobook. I want to read physically because it feels more magical. But I don't know, because I really, really enjoyed the ending of The Sweetest Connection. I think, okay, let's talk for a moment. I'll go sit down and we can talk. I think that I'm not really much of a romantic novella type of girl. Like, I've read 4 novellas that are romances, and I never end up liking them. Like, I think The Sweetest Connection is by far my favorite that I've read so far. But I didn't love it. I don't know. It's probably like a 3.5 or a 4 stars. So it's not a bad book. I just hate, like, in most novellas about romance, there's no pining and there's no longing for that person. And I think that I really like the chase of the person. Like, you both have feelings, let's, like, make it work. And I like the cuteness, the pining, the longing for that person. And I don't know. I just don't get that as much in a novella. So, you follow our 2 main characters, Silas, and I don't remember the woman's name. But they've been friends for years. And everyone's like, oh, they're going to be together. And they're like, no. But secretly, they really like each other. Like each other. And I don't know, it just felt really juvenile to me. Wow. Yeah, it felt really juvenile. Like, she's my friend, so I can't tell her that I like her. Which, like, I guess makes sense, but I don't know. It just felt, it didn't feel, it just felt blah. Like, there was no chemistry. There was no, they just felt like best friends, which sometimes that's the best relationships. But at the same time, like, I just, I don't know. I didn't feel anything for it. And I know that sounds weird, but, like, by the end, I was a little swoony, and I was like, oh, okay, that was alright. That wasn't terrible. But I wanted that swooniness from the beginning, and I just didn't get that from this particular book. It was fine. It's probably like a 3.5, I think. So I'm probably just going to give it 3 stars. But, I don't know. It just left me feeling empty. And I don't want to read anymore. And that sucks for a reading vlog. But I think I will be physically reading. At least that's the goal. Is to physically read something a little bit later. I do have some work to do. I want to shoot a couple videos. I should really edit some videos. Oh, you know what? While I'm by my computer, I'm thinking about it. I should check my Goodreads to see if my Goodreads group has the July prompts for videos or blogs or whatever. I don't think so. I think usually they come out like the first day of the following month. So it's hard to pre-film that. So it'll be up tomorrow or Saturday. And it's like the video or blogs are supposed to be out on Wednesdays. So I mean, that's fine. I'll get that done. Okay, so it's been several hours. You know, I've kind of been relaxing. I've kind of been working. If you can't tell what that is, it's like different maps and things that I'm supposed to teach 2nd grade. So we have been preparing for the school year, just not how I thought I was going to. I thought I was going to get my monthly newsletters done, but my head hurts and I don't know if it's too much screen time. I'm not hungry. I don't really need caffeine because this is iced coffee. Those are some basic reasons that I get a headache, but I don't know. My head's just been bothering me today, so I haven't been working as much as I wanted to. But I got, here, I'll show you. I got this entire thing full of like Post-its and things for annotation. Then we have 2 a.m. Thoughts by Mackenzie Campbell, which is a poetry collection, which we are going to be reading. Then I have gel pens because I am trying to get back into my artsy side. And we have dual-ended markers. So this kind of like greenish, like this light green is speaking to me. And then I got these. So I got purple, blue, and like reddish pink. It looks more pink, but yeah, like pinkish orange on camera, but it looks more like pink. So I'm gonna set you somewhere, and I'm gonna just start reading these and annotating and just having a good time. Maybe it'll help my headache. Alright, it's been a little bit, and I wanted to take you with me when I went out, because me and my husband went and ran some errands. We went to the store, and we got food while we were out, and then I went and did like this impromptu photo shoot in my backyard for a Skillshare course that I'm taking. I will insert the photos here. It was a lot of fun making them. Good morning, friends. Oh, you know what? I have a hair tie right behind you, so give me a second. So, last night I started another book. I think I can finish it today, but technically I think I'm one book ahead. So, even if I don't finish a book today, like, it's not the end of the world. Does that look okay? Let's see. I mean, that looks alright, but I think I was kind of going more for this, where it's, like, split. But this morning, like, I got up, I cleaned my kitchen, I made my husband lunch for work, and then I made us both breakfast. So I feel very accomplished this morning. I do want to finish cleaning the rest of my house. That's one of the errands we ran yesterday, was to go buy a bunch of cleaning supplies so that now I can do it. Oh, you know, that looks cute. I mean, yeah. But here's the thing. I want to talk to you real quick. So, Not Like the Movies by Carrie Winfrey. I made it 50 pages in. It's a 5-star prediction in the book to say that's 5 stars, but it's going to be 5 stars. It's like over 304 pages. I'm only 49 pages into it, but I'm saying this will be 5 stars. About halfway done with Not Like the Movies by Carrie Winfrey, and I'm loving every second of this romantic comedy. Now, Here's the thing. I did not know that this was the second in a series. The first one being dating Tom Hanks. I don't know. Something about Tom Hanks. But because it's a companion novel series, it doesn't matter too much if you read them in the right order. And at this point, I'm not going to stop this and start that one. I'm going to read this one through because I'm loving it. So there's Chloe, who does not believe in love. Like, she doesn't believe in true love at all. But everyone else tells her that her and her boss, Nick, are meant to be because they're perfect for each other. And they flirt, and they might have had one night together, but, like, the only thing that happened was kissing. And now they're going on this business trip together, and we just got to the, like, one bed trope. And it's so funny because Chloe talks, like, she talks a lot about different romantic comedies. Her best friend is obsessed with romantic comedies. She's obsessed with murder. So, like me and her, two peas in a pod. I do like rom-coms, though, but she keeps comparing different things that are going on in her real life to how it would be in a rom-com, either movie or book. And I think it's really, really clever the way that Carrie Winfrey did that, where she's like, oh, it's like the one bed trip where the two people have to share a bed, and then that's how they fall in love. And she's like, that's not happening on this trip. And it's just so funny because she has her commentary about what's going on, but then she has her commentary on, oh, think about this movie when the one bed trope happens, and that's how you know they fell in love. And it's just, I don't know, it's like this interesting, funny kind of tone to the book, and it just makes me feel really, really happy, and it's cute. So I am still thinking this is going to be 5 stars. So I guess this can be the week of romantic comedies, mostly. I feel like that's all I've been reading. But that's okay. I just needed a light, fluffy week of reading because I haven't read anything this month. Well, besides this week where I'm just like on top of it. But before that, in the month of June, because it's still June, this is the last day of June, I'd only read like 7 books, and one was a complete trilogy. So there's that. I'm gonna take a break. I have cleaned my house. Maybe I'll show you. Nah, I'm not gonna show you. No, maybe I'll show you later. But I've cleaned my entire kitchen. I did all my floors in the other part of the house. I did not vacuum my carpets yet. But to be honest, they all look pretty good still. But I should vacuum. I swept and mopped. And then I have a couple boxes that I still need to go through that are in the living room. But I'm going to do that after I film a video or 2. So that way I get a little bit of everything done. And then maybe later on today I will do all those newsletters I was talking about yesterday that I didn't get to. So we have like a packed day. So I will see you when I finish this book. only my 5th day, but it's my 6th book. Not Like the Movies by Carrie Winfrey. I did not know this was the 2nd in a companion novel series, so I have to pick between liking Tom Hanks or whatever, the Tom Hanks one by Carrie Winfrey, which is the first in the series. I have it on audiobook or The Whole Goal. I was supposed to read on my Kindle. And I have Dowry of Blood on my Kindle. And I need to read Dowry of Blood anyway for a different video. So I don't know which one I'm going to pick. But I will definitely be starting one of those later. But I'm so... And I cleaned... I finished cleaning my kitchen. My living room looks clean. It's pretty nice in here. And so I'm really just feeling like I'm getting stuff done and I like it. And I finished another monthly newsletter. So at this rate, it'll be 8 more days because I only get one a day done. But it's okay. I'm working slowly, and then I need to do lesson plans. So I need lesson plans, monthly newsletters, and I do need to film some more for my channel, but I'm going to take a break from that and just give myself some time to relax. Maybe watch some booktube while the hubby's not here, because it's not that he doesn't let me watch booktube. It's just that usually when he's home, we like to spend time together, and booktube is not his thing. It's a me thing. So usually we watch our shows, and we only have one episode of Ozarks left, which it's not coming back. So that's just, ooh, but I am really loving it. And then we have to finish Manifest because that was making me too emotional. So I didn't want to watch that. But now I have no excuse not to after I finish Ozarks. And we have some running around to do. We're going to go grocery shopping. So, I should coupon. I should do my couponing. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of take the night off. And I'll update you tomorrow. Hey friends, I'm sorry that I didn't really film much today other than that little bit at the bookstore. So I kind of just hung out at home. I didn't read anything today. So we'll get into that here at the end of this little clip. But I kind of just had an at-home day and kind of just hung out. And then I went to my local bookstore. And see, my mother-in-law gave me a bunch of puzzles that she didn't want anymore. And I was like, hey, yeah, I'll just save the credit for you. Or when you come to Tucson next, you can come to the bookstore with me and everything. But she ended up just being like, no, just consider it, like, whatever you get for it, it's yours. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's awesome. So we went shopping at the bookstore today, and my whole goal was going to be getting me some books. But then I started thinking about it, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be the ELA and social studies teacher, so, like, I'm going to be teaching everything from reading and writing all the way to, like, social studies and maps and community members and things like that, plus just everything that comes with teaching. So I do have a decent sized library at school, but you know, a teacher can always get more. So I ended up getting $50 credit from those puzzles, and I bought 14 children's books to add to my library and one book for myself. So I did get myself a little something, and I only spent $4, like, of my own money. So the credit paid for pretty much all of it. So I'm going to give you a sneak peek. And then I'm just going to set you here. I think I'm going to see if that works. And then we can talk. I'm not really going to give you much of a synopsis for these. Let's see. Maybe I'm not going to give you much of a synopsis for these. I'm just going to kind of tell you what I bought and why. Kind of. Okay, let's see. Okay. And yeah, we're filming kind of in a different spot. So this is my couch. So we're obviously in my living room. Like I said, I might not tell you a whole bunch about the particular book. It's just some books that sounded good. Most of them I'm pretty sure are going to be fine for second grade, but I might, you know, read some to make sure. Or to be honest with you, I'm probably just going to check Google, and it usually has an age rating on there, and that's fine. So I have Dragon Rider by Cornelia Funk. I'm trying to read her Inkheart series, and I saw this one, so it looks like a fantasy dragon type children's story. It says marvelous stuff for dreaming adventures of any age that's what Clive Barker said. So I'm just, you know, trying to give my students more of a selection. So there's that. Then, okay, this is the only book that I bought for myself because a little bit ago I went shopping and I bought what I thought was the entire series of the Wedding Date series by Jasmine Guillory. Apparently I missed 2 books, and I found Party of 2 by Jasmine Guillory, which is the 4th in the series. I'm not entirely sure, but I know that there's 6 books in the series, so I'm still missing one. The rest are all kids' books. Bella is right here. So she's the one choking. She's okay. She just has trouble breathing sometimes. But she's okay. Yeah. Okay. Our next one. Okay. I will just get all of these because they're honestly a lot of series. Okay, so I have a couple of series that I'm interested in reading, and then I want to put them in my library at school. But the thing is that if I love a series, then I'm going to want to keep a copy in my personal library and take one to school for my school library. So we'll see, but I loved Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab, and I don't think I've ever read anything else. So this is her middle grade series called City of Ghosts, books 1 through 3. There's City of Ghosts, Tunnel of Bones, and Bridge of Souls. This is a sweeping, spooky series about a girl who sees ghosts and visit the world's most haunted places. Meet Cassidy. She can pull back the veil that separates the living from the dead and enter the world of spirits. Even her best friend Jacob is a ghost, but Cass's life is about to get even stranger when her parents start hosting a ghost hunting show. The family heads off to film around the world. See, and I've never read this, so I don't know if it's appropriate for 2nd grade, but it's something that I am personally intrigued in and would love to read this entire series. So I just got the whole bind up, which was pretty cool. Then I read these when I was younger, and like when I was in 5th grade or 6th grade. So it was many, many years ago. But I bought the entire series, and I think that I have it in the right order. So I have like the Fudge series, which, by the way, they had a bind up of the Fudge series, which was $25, but 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I paid $11 because I mixed and matched because it's a used bookstore, and I just found the cheap copies. But this is Tales of a 4th Grade Nothing, otherwise known as Shelley the Great, Fudge-mania, Double Fudge, and Super Fudge, all by Judy Blume. This is the Fudge series. I think that I've read some of these as a child, but basically you follow this boy, Peter, whose little brother is named Fudge. And I think that it's like their relationship, and it was just a really cute book or series when I was younger. Like I said, it's been a long time, so I don't remember everything, but I would like to give it another shot, see if I still love it, or just put in my classroom. This one I might just put in my classroom, and eventually I would like to reread it, but I think it would be perfect for 2nd graders. This is a series in which I've never read, so I might read the first one just to make sure. Oh. So I got books 2, 3, 4, and 5. Whoops. I mean, I'm still going to add them to my classroom library, but there's Charlie Bone and the Time Twister by Ginny Nemo, Charlie Bone and the Invisible Boy, Charlie Bone and the Castle of Mirrors, Charlie Bone and the Hidden King. I'm going to read the first one or find an age range for this book. for this entire series. I haven't read it before. I just thought that it looked like cute and something that my students might like. So there's that. Then I have a couple more books. They are in hardback. And usually when I put hardback books in my classroom, I didn't even check. Yeah, that's not very cute. I usually check to make sure that the book itself is pretty, because your case, your dust jacket, is going to get really, really gross. This one is the actual book itself. So I prefer that when I'm taking them to school. Yeah, that one doesn't have anything though. So I don't know anything about these three. They were just on this table at my local bookstore where it said like the magic of storytelling, or pick up a book because it's magical, or something like that. And it was geared towards kids. So I got 3 books. And I basically just grabbed it based on the cover. So this is The School for Whatnots by Margaret Peterson Haddix, which I've read The Strangers, and I have a copy of The Strangers in my school library, but I want to finish off that series. I want to personally read it, but I also want to get the entire series for my classroom. This one was just like an author and a cover by. No matter what anyone tells you, I'm real. Oh, okay. So this one, see, this one even says ages 8 to 12 in the top corner. So there's usually a spot on the back of the book or inside the book where it tells you the age. And if you can't find that, then you can just Google it. But this one will be good for my students. Then there's Wand Maker by Ed Mesa. Adventure Runs in the Family. And this one doesn't have any age range, but it's like fantasy, and it just looked like a real fun adventure. And then the last book that I got for my classroom is The Bone Garden by Heather Kaesner. This magical story and the brave girl in its pages will haunt you in the best way. That sounds cute. Down below in the underside of the graveyard, the Bone Garden hums with magic, mystery, and dark imaginings. Ooh, okay, so that sounds really cute. This one I might personally have to read before I put it in my classroom for second graders. I tried to personally read all the scary books, or all the books that could potentially be scary, just because I guess I'm that kind of teacher, and I don't want my students to read something that might scare them, without talking about it first. So that's my smallish book haul. I haven't been reading today, like I said, but I'm either going to start The Weather Girl, The Year of the Witching, or The Bone Garden tonight. When I'm done with this video though, I'm going to go finish a show with my husband. We've been completely addicted to Ozarks with Jason Bateman, and we're on our last episode, and I'm probably gonna cry. Good morning. It's some delicious iced coffee day. So last night I started Weather Girl by Rachel and Solomon, and by started I mean like started. I'm 20 pages in. So far I like the tone. It seems kind of rom-com-y, which is good. I love that. But today is the last day of this reading vlog, so hopefully I can finish this before Summerland is over. So that is one of our goals. But I also have a lot of computer admin related work that I need to get done, including editing, doing some thumbnails, and things for my channel. But then I also need to finish my monthly newsletters for school. I need to do my lesson plans for the school year, and my goal is to get those done before I have to actually go back to school. That way I don't have to focus on the admin part of my job. I just have to go in and teach and grade and do the other million things that I have to do as a teacher. But that will help me so much not to have that admin part of my job to do. So I have those. I'm actually all ready to go outside and do some light gardening. I question if it's really gardening. I just have to plant, I have to water the plants that I have. So I planted some seeds. I don't know if they're gonna sprout or not, but if I need to water them a couple of times a day. So this morning I want to water them, and then I need to water the front of my yard because I haven't been taking care of those trees that have been here since I got here. Then I need to water my cactuses, and I want to change. I have a hummingbird feeder out on one of my trees. I want to change the nectar out for some sugar water. So that's going to be one of my tasks. But I figure if I go out there for like an hour and get some watering and light gardening done, that'll be good. So I bought a new outfit from Walmart. And I got a haircut. Look at that. Wow. So it's actually shorter than I had intended. But you know what? It still looks really nice. And it's going to be a nice summer haircut. And then when I go back to school, my students are going to either love it or hate it. And they're either going to trash it or compliment me all the time, which is cool. But I think it'll be easier to take care of, you know, because it's shorter and hair grows back, so it's cool. But there's that. Yeah! Woo! I look good. Shorts. Yeah! It's super duper cute. Woo! And then, oh my gosh, the other thing is that I also got a pair of jeans. I'm not going to show you in this vlog, but they're really, really cute. And I haven't had jeans in a long time. I never know what size to get, so I finally tried some on. And I am at page 80, which is like the 8th chapter. Yeah. Chapter 8, page 77 of Weather Girl by Rachel Lynn Solomon. And so far, I like the setup. So I do think that Russell and Ari are going to have a relationship. I think that's going to be the actual love story. But right now you've been following Ari, who is the like sunshine and rainbows weather girl when she's on camera. But really she's been suffering with depression for many years. So she sees a therapist and things like that. So it's actually a lot more hard-hitting than I thought it would be, but there's actually a note from Rachel Lynn Solomon herself that says, I did want to write a romance, like a nice feel-good romance, but I also wanted to tackle some like harder things like mental health and depression and things like that. I hope I did it in a very sincere way. And so that I was like, oh, okay, I wasn't expecting that. But I'm in the middle of it, you know, like a quarter of the way in maybe. And I am liking it. So you follow Ari and Russell, who went to this Christmas party for their company, and they're the last to leave, but they kind of come up with this plan to get their bosses back together because they're ex-husband and ex-wife. And they're like, oh yeah, let's like set them up type of thing. But I think that Ari and Russell are going to fall in love because like it's a romance. But I don't know. I guess we'll see. I mean, that's a cute cover. So I'm going to continue to read this and I'm going to get some of my admin stuff done. So I'll probably see you tonight where we close out this vlog after I finish this book. It is Monday, so the readathon is over. I actually finished Weather Girl last night, but I did not update you. So I finished Weather Girl, and you know, it was cute. So you follow Ari and Russell, who have made this deal to get their divorced bosses. So they like parent trap their divorced bosses into being together again. And through the parent trapping of their bosses, they potentially fall in love. And it was cute. I don't really have anything else to say other than it was cute. I'm probably going to give it like 3.5 or 4 stars. I definitely like the X game, the X talk better than Weather Girl, but this was still just cute. So Russell is the sports reporter, And Ari is the weather girl, and she's all like sunshine and rainbows when she's on air, but she's actually really struggling with depression, and you get a lot of her depression and like why she's depressed and her working on her depression. But you also get Brussels, like he is a parent to a 12-year-old kid, and you get a lot of the parent aspect, and he is also a little bit bigger, and he has a really poor self-image, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm just bad, and I'm not sure how I felt about that. Like, in one aspect, I liked that, because generally speaking, when you read books like that, I see a lot of like women who are bigger, and either it's really, really body positive, or it's like just a bunch of body shaming of herself. So it's different, because I've never seen it where the man is the one that's a little bit bigger. But I ultimately just really enjoyed this romance. It's a lot heavier than the rom-coms that I was reading earlier in the week. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe. We're going to talk about the books that we read. We're going to talk about the books that we read real quick. So there's Weather Girl by Rachel Lynn Solomon, Book Lovers by Emily Henry, The Love Wager by Lynn Painter, Not Like the Movies by Carrie Winfrey, Happy Place by Emily Henry, 2 a.m. Thoughts by Mackenzie Campbell. Oh, and then I DNF'd that. I almost forgot that I finished reading The Sweetest Connection by Denise Williams. Ebook, that Kindle book, the North Brother, what? I mean, I read enough of it. I got like 150 pages in. So I feel like I read enough of it to count it. I guess it depends on how you look at it. If you don't count a DNF as a finished book, I do, because it's no longer on my TBR, then I only read 6 books in 7 days. I'm still going to call this 7 books in 7 days Summerland reading vlog, because I feel like I gave it a good attempt. I read enough of it to know that I'm not interested. And I was just so bored. I think it was like a little over 150 pages, but oh well. Anyways, if you like this, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.